everybody. Welcome back to Sarah's Table. Today we are going to play the rest of our arc of Savage Sisters by 9th level games, written by a dear friend, Adriel Lee Wilson. I do say it's the final one, but we've been having a really good time with this. So I don't know, maybe we'll bring it back in the future sometime, because I don't know that we're all ready to let go of these characters. Let's start out with our safety discussion. It's very important. I want everybody at my table to feel comfortable and safe. So here on Sarah's Table, you will never find sexual violence, violence against children, or withholding food as punishment or starvation. And for this particular arc, we are avoiding fingernail trauma, which sounds terrible and is probably something I will always avoid, because to be fair, I don't know that I would ever think to do it. So, which is good. I feel like that says a good thing about me, that I would never consider fingernail trauma. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, it has been a wild week, friends, and I'm very excited to be here in this space with everyone, getting ready to tell some family-oriented and like chosen family-oriented stories. I am Sarah Moore. I can't remember if I said that. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Moore. My pronouns are she, her. And tonight I'm going to be playing Nolia the Kit, who is also she, her. And she is she who wields the knife. And I will be using my D4. And it's like a real pretty D4. So I'm going to show it to you all. Ooh, brand new, and it's metal, and I will not drop it off the table. I promise. Yay.
You don't want to stand on a metal D4.
I know, it's although like excellent as a security system. If you could just like scatter some D4s around your house.
We already saw that in play in the documentary Home Alone.
Yeah, correct. I mean,
scatter some of them beneath your window.
They are making those dice bath bombs now, and I feel like that was definitely an overlooked thing, where their bath bombs full of dice is like, you might want to be aware of where
you gotta make sure you collect all of those before you get too comfy.
Yeah. Oof, I say. All right, let's go around the table and tell everybody else who else is here. Let's start with Robert. What's up? Hi.
Hello. I'm Robert Hartley. You can find me anywhere at Robert Hartley GM. My pronouns are he or they. I am a professional dungeon master and TTRPG player, tabletop role-playing game player. I do things like this for a living. Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Insta and all of the places. So you can find me anywhere by just Google my name, which I think is around me somewhere. And today I will be playing Tessa, the Maternal, or she who wields the shield and axe. My shield is stop it. My axe is chop it. Stop it and chop it. I'm super excited to be playing Tessa, the Maternal, and I will be rolling a D10, which is this sparkly green one I'm deciding for today.
Nice.
Love it.
I'm looking forward to it. I will bounce it off to Lexi.
Hello, I am Lexi, Lexi the First across social media. You can pretty much find me by looking that up. I will be Deji the Deliberate today. Her pronouns are she, they, and my sword is called the Backbone. And since we're showing off dice, I'll be using this. I feel like a makeup influencer.
Yeah.
I'll be using this black and red thing for today. It's my husband's. Don't tell him I took it.
He won't know until he watches the stream.
He'll have it back by then. He won't know. It's fine. And then I will pass it off to Patrick.
Hi, everybody. My name is Patrick Keeffe. I am an actor and voice actor on the internet. I am that great gentleman everywhere on the internet, primarily on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch sometimes. You can also find me over at the Writers Room 7th Sea, which is a 7th Sea TTRPG actual play podcast where we learn and teach you how to play 7th Sea as we go along. Oh, thanks, Rob. It's all pirates all the time. It's good stuff. And I am playing Elamir the Bright, or she who wields the spear. The spear's name is Starfall because Elamir is an edgy little bean. And for dice, I will be using this If I can
Ooh.
get it to focus, holographic
Ooh,
D6.
holographic.
Ah.
Blue
There
cat.
it is, we
we
got it,
go.
found it.
Damn.
I like
That's
it.
That's a hell of a hologram. It looks like you're actually holding a dice. You just program it to do the number you
Holographic
want.
D6, my favorite.
It's always rolling. If you always roll successes, we're gonna know.
Yeah, exactly. It's pre-programmed to always roll at its highest, which might not be great for this game.
Uh-oh.
It's the charlatan's die.
Yeah, exactly.
Rolls whatever you
Liar's
want.
dice.
So this is a shared GM experience. This is one of the things that I love about this particular game is that if you have somebody at your table who is a forever DM, that this allows them to take, at least part of a night where they get to also play. We spent the last episode, which if you missed, you can go back into the archives and check out. You definitely should. We built our Sodal, which is the Sodal Turandus. We follow the god Xantha, who is a reindeer god, and we have fire magic. Our evers and nevers for our Sodal. We always monitor the fire. We always wear our remettes, which are things here on our wrist. We always have a spare bed, and we always accept the gifts so long as they are given freely. We never eat more than we are due. We never eat alone. We never light a fire after 6 days of drought, and we never hunt reindeer. As we discussed a little bit earlier, we live sort of by a cave system in a forest with a giant mountain range called the Spine, and it is the evening of a great event here in our Sodal. We are getting a visit from a sister Sodal. They worship the fox, and they are coming here tomorrow. And so we are sitting around the campfire, and we're sharing a bunch of stories to remind folk who we are in case some of them decide to leave with that sister Sodal in the morning. I have chosen to improv the tale that I am giving. So, Lexi, give me an animal.
Cheetah.
Yep. Plentiful in the forest.
Yeah. Didn't say forest animal.
Just said an animal. I understand.
That was my favorite.
Cheetah, I
This
was
is
like,
a weird world.
This is a
Rangers
very
are
weird
associated
world.
with fire,
Sorry.
so
I just bought a little jaguar onesie for my baby, so that's what's on my head.
That's a cheetah. Cool. Patrick, give me a weather condition.
let's say snowing, because that's what it's doing right now outside.
Ooh.
Snowy.
God, I'm jealous. I am roasting.
Oh, buddy.
It was a very cool yet sunny day today. It was actually pretty perfect. I'm not gonna lie. It was just right.
It was 16 degrees where I am, so we've run the gamut.
Wow.
And Robert, give me an object.
An object, a ladder.
Ladder. All right. Cool. All right. So, welcome everyone to the fire. Gather around, listen to my tale. It involves three of our bravest and strongest sisters, Elamir, Deji, and Tessa. Years ago, before any of you were born. These three went out. It was a normal time. They were out for finding some food, just gathering some things up. They could bring it back to the rest of us here in the village. And they came upon a very confusing sight for them. It was some sort of animal, and it was lying in the center of a grove, and seemed to be very injured. So, my three sisters, what would you like to do when you have come across this animal?
I say, what's that lion there?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I will. Well, do I recognize it? What sort of animal is it? Is it a spotted feline animal of about the size of a large dog?
It is indeed. How about you give me a scrolls roll to see if you recognize it?
Scrolls. All right. So scrolls. It succeeds on a 1, 2, or 3, and I'm rolling a d10, so I've only got a 30% chance of a success. 8.
Okay. Because of the nature of this particular kind of roll, you will not take any harm for not knowing the answer. But as your brain explodes, this is not a creature that you have ever seen before or even heard of. This is like just like very weird, out of place. Might as well be an alien.
Do you think we can eat it? What do you think? What do you think it is?
Is it a god? Is it something from the gods? A sign, perhaps?
I have no idea.
Looks to be hurt in some sort of way.
Is it a test?
It could be a test that we're meant to hunt it, but it's normally too much to hunt, so the gods have heard it. Or it could be that. Do you either of you know what it is? I don't.
May I also do a scroll roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
You may both if you would like.
That is a 7, so I also do not know what it is.
That is a 3, so that falls under a success for me.
Yes. Okay. So
of course you know what it is.
Elamir.
Nerd.
Yes, Elamir, the nerd of the group. Elamir,
Elamir the Bright.
You remember a story that your grandmother told you about a spotted cat that used to live in this area because there was a sister Sodal that had moved on that used to worship this spotted cat.
There hasn't been one of these in years.
Oh, so you do know what it is?
Not since. I do. It is a revered creature, though not one of ours. Fellow Sodal.
Perhaps
so it's
decades ago.
Perhaps we should respect it in order to respect them.
It's very odd.
Perhaps
one of them is here. I worry that something may have befell them. If one is so far afield.
I think we should hunt it. I think we should kill it. It's a gift. It's a gift from the gods, and we always accept gifts if they're freely given.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Elamir's gonna slowly approach.
Deji's gonna look at Tessa and like really dramatically roll her eyes as Elamir does that.
I will not make you roll for that. That's fine.
No.
You just do that.
I'm gonna sort of see what the demeanor of the creature is. If it's hostile, if it is sort of like complacent with my approach. And I will have I'm walking with my spear upturned. So again,
I'm going to stay pretty close behind.
That I have a weapon.
Deji kind of hangs back and is just like, "You already decided, Elamir."
For context, literally everyone is my fierce rival.
we roll for our relationships to one another.
So, as you approach, you get closer. You can start to hear sort of this injured animal whimpering noise happening. It's sort of splayed out, and as you get closer, it is snowing at the moment, and so as you get closer, you see just like sort of a bright spray of blood across the snow around this animal. It is making what you can only describe as like scared pain noises as you are getting closer to it.
Does it look like if we did help it, that it would be able to move on its it's very isolated right now at the moment, so I feel like maybe
it's got it's got an injury on its front leg, on one of its front legs. I don't know how good everyone is at medicine, or if this is a thing that you want to do, but
I'll roll a scrolls roll. Why not?
Okay.
That's a 1.
Okay. So,
Ooh.
blessing of the Lar. That means that your god Xantha is stepping in directly to help you in the
so
next thing that you're
channeling through the spear and reaching out.
So tell me what it is that you are wanting to do at this moment.
Yeah, looking for guidance, looking to see if this is a gift, if helping this creature would assist us in any way, or if this is it is best to put it out of its misery and make the most of this situation, especially as we are coming into winter.
Sure.
And seeing if this is if this is going to be beneficial to the rest of the Sodal.
So the way that this game works is if you roll the blessing of the Lar, then the player gets narrative control. So you can tell me what you think Xantha is advising you to do.
I think the sort of the sentiment that flows through is like, listen to your companions, take well of this gift, from like this long gone fellow Sodal, like in these times of need, like this is our gift to you, whether in like fully intentional or not, it is freely given.
Okay. So how do you communicate to what do you tell them?
No, you're right. It's a gift.
Funny that, Elamir.
I just want to make sure, okay? Sometimes.
So what is it? Is it like a type of spotty fox or?
It's a large cat, I believe.
Type of cat?
A
Like
hunting
the mountain
beast.
lions?
Right. A beast of hunting, revered in times past.
Perhaps we should do something ceremonial with the pelt as a thank you.
So.
It might be nice if they ever come back. Yeah.
Turn it into a ladder.
We should.
Well, Deji will go ahead and pull her sword and move to just put it out of its misery, and she'll try and make it a very, very quick.
I walk up beside you, keeping the shield out, ready to sort of interspose if it goes for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are going to be scythes rolls.
Okay.
Mine's sort of reactive to if Deji fails.
Oh, goody.
So
5.
5 is a success. How are you killing this creature?
She's going to try and go for just a really clean, like not all the way through the neck, in case they do something with the pelt where it's like, but just like a really like clean across the fronts of the. This is killing me. She's one of my favorite animals. I could never. I would. It's fine. That's what role play's about, and just.
Yeah, it's about slaughtering cheetahs. Yep. That's what role play's about.
Killing cheetahs. Killing your hopes and dreams you
we
had
found
as a
it.
child.
Like, at its core.
Yeah, of course, I'm the one who picked the animal, naturally. Yep. So she just clean kill.
Okay.
Very deliberate.
Yeah, very deliberate, if you will.
So when you strike that killing blow, the storm intensifies in the grove, like to whiteout conditions.
Elamir, you said this was the correct choice.
Elamir, you said this was correct.
I did.
Elamir, what have you done?
Look,
Elamir, why?
I am doing my best, okay?
Elamir.
It was a sign from Xantha.
Stay close together. Don't nobody move away from one another until we can get like it's easy to get lost in a snowstorm like this.
Do I have rope on me?
Sure.
I would like to say, here, why don't we, this is whiteout conditions, we should tie ourselves together so we don't get separated.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Do we see any tracks of where? Because and I'll communicate this to the group. A creature like this, so far afield in the wilderness, had to have a place where it hunkered down before this injury happened. Maybe we should track where it came from.
Yeah, it might be a way
before the snows overtake the footprints.
Might be able to find a place to hunker down ourselves till it passes. Meanwhile, I'm going to investigate its front leg to see what injured it.
Okay. So you can tell me how you want to investigate that. Is it previous knowledge? Is it like...
I'm checking the wound to see if it looks more like a bite or a bludgeon from an antler is mainly my focus. I want to know if it was a fox or a reindeer or something else. Those are the three sort of options that I'm looking at. Was it a dire fox? Was it a reindeer? Was it some other animal?
Okay, so as a warrior, I'm going to give you the option of allowing you to use your scythes, as in like...
Yeah, I know
because of my
I've had to bandage up injuries from foxes and things before. Yeah, okay, I'll use that. I'll use scythes, which is a 4, 5, 6, 7 or a 1. Oops, roll on the table. 9, fail.
Okay. Again, since you were seeking information, it is not a harm to you, but
it's just getting too cold.
It's suddenly cold. It's really hard to see. In fact, like the snow is piling up enough that it's starting to obscure the creature's body.
It's quite a lot of blood from its throat being slit as well.
That creature was a gift. We can't risk losing it out here.
Yeah, I can. I'm going to grab it by the front left leg and the back left leg, and I'm going to open over my shoulder.
Okay.
There's still some warmth left in the creature. Use that as well.
Yeah, and it's still bleeding down your side.
Right down this side is just.
You look very tough.
Blood.
Super tough.
They're not exactly light. They're light enough for me to pick up. I used to work at a zoo with cheetahs, so I know a little about them.
So many stories. Anyway,
living my childhood dream.
Okay, so whoever is doing,
come on, Elamir, where's the track?
Wait, please give me I'm going to say it's a sandals roll.
Okay. Me, yes.
Yes. Well, if you're the one who's trying to do the tracking.
Sure. Yeah, I got us into this mess.
I mean, I would argue that Xanthaw got you into the mess, but
yeah, gosh.
That is a 5, which is a success within my success range.
Okay, so you are able, and perhaps it's because you are still sort of feeling the lingering effects of having communicated directly with your god, but you see the tracks leading back out of the grove and it's very clear to you.
There should be a system up ahead the cave system up ahead that we should be able to hunker down in.
Very well. Let's waste no time.
Lead the way.
And it'd be like, as we're trudging through, is like, this kind of reminds me a lot of the stories that we heard about the first migration to our current system.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating when you look into it. I feel like this is very symbolic in some sort of way. Wouldn't you agree?
You should tell us the story. A story within a story.
Welcome to my fire. It's Inception. It's storyception.
And when they got to the cave where the cheetah had been hiding, Elamir sat down to tell us the story.
Right.
Funnily enough, it was also about 3 people.
It's gonna keep telling a story within a story until we get back to the beginning.
Just never wrap it up. You have to come back for another episode.
We're all stuck here forever.
Waiting for the kick.
But no, Elamir is going to take the spear and is going to just use a little bit of some semantic magic to light up the spear to try and keep everybody, even though we're all tied together, to just kind of keep everybody on the right path. Yeah,
you make it over, and there is a cave up ahead that the tracks are coming out of.
Beautiful.
Glancing around, do I see any other tracks going into the cave, like something else that would want to kill us also took shelter there?
Give me a sandals roll.
Ooh. 3, 4, 5. That's a 6. Dang it.
It's snow, man. It's everywhere. You can't
It's
see.
a snowman.
It's super
It's a
safe.
snowman.
Let's go in.
Giant snowman.
Don't think about it. Just into the cave. Just go.
Yeah.
Deji will be like
It's Bumble.
keep walking.
Yeah. So, are we entering the cave?
Super fast.
Deji sees no
Ellie's
reason
gonna
not
have
to.
Spear.
Great.
They
spear
try.
ahead, just sort of as we're going through, just kind of like eyes all around.
Yeah. So you enter the cave, the three of you, and you chunk down this dead cheetah onto the ground.
Start carving it up if
start
nothing else
dressing
attacks
it.
us or anything. That's what I'm going to be doing in the background.
All right. So you are skinning said cheetah. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've got my hand axe out.
Okay. Cool. Chop it. Doing it.
Chop it.
And as you are doing that, you start to hear more animal noises near the back of the cave.
If it's baby cheetahs, I will cry. On stream.
Welcome production value, friends.
You guys hearing that?
Deji?
I am. And Deji will make sure her sword is out and start like inching towards the noises
Mhm.
Yeah.
swiftly and quietly.
Ellie's gonna follow right up alongside.
Stuff it and chop it is out. You head to the back, towards the noises, and there's one little baby cheetah.
I will raise it as my own.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly,
it is
though?
sort of stuck in the back of this cave.
Oh.
I thought you said that it was a good idea to kill the cheetah.
I did.
It wouldn't have survived, Deji.
No. Deji's gonna put the sword away and like slowly approach the baby cheetah.
Okay, I'm gonna say that this is a skulls roll. You are trying
Okay.
to affect the world with the force of your personality.
Okay. I'm good at these.
I believe in you.
Oh, baby cheetah. Oh, that's a 1.
Okay, blessing of
Oh, the
Alar.
baby cheetah came through.
So Xantha is again interceding directly to you. So tell me how this manifests. Is it just a feeling? Is it a vision? Is it a reindeer?
It is a warmth. Like I make eye contact with the baby cheetah.
Okay.
And this really like an I am your mother now moment.
Look at me.
Yeah,
Look
like
at
we
me.
look at each other and I
am
can
your
just
mother
feel
now.
in my soul this cheetah's like is looking at me and it's like mom and I'm like baby and like I can feel it. It's like it's there. It's so obvious. I'm like yes, this is a thing now.
Great.
The bond has been forged.
Okay. So after you are filled with this maternal love and like it feels like like a fire in your belly, like this is how Xantha is talking to you, and the cheetah feels it too and sort of mews and comes over and sort of starts rubbing on you, and as this is happening, you guys have all moved to the back of the cave. You hear a rumble, like a deep rumble, and then and then the all the light is
Tessa, are you hungry again?
Yeah, I'm
removed.
hungry. I was gonna eat some of that cheetah, but
It's been an hour.
There's been an avalanche, and the cave mouth is blocked.
Oh.
huh. Well,
Yeah.
Xantha wanted us in here.
Imagine if
We'll
we had
be
been
okay.
outside.
I have a cheetah.
We got,
Deji doesn't
got-
care anymore.
we got food. We brought the cat in with us, so we've got food for a while. Drink is going to be a problem. We got drink in here. We could melt the snow. We
I
got
have
the avalanche. We can melt the
Yeah.
snow. So we're going to be okay. We got plenty of floor space. We always got a spare bed, right? Look at the floor. I'm like, the guests will be sleeping on the same bed as we will.
They'll need to for warmth anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That will be the hospitable thing to do.
I think as far as like the baby cheetah is concerned, I don't know at what stage it's at as far as like feeding,
This
but I do
stage.
have some
This
I do have some jerky that is not cheetah meat.
It's mother.
Because I don't want
is definitely not
yeah.
a cheetah.
like feeding the cheetah. It's like it's probably not
It's a little too far.
far.
Deji definitely kind of gives you like a look when you
Nah.
present the drink out, but like allows it.
There you go, little one.
I'm gonna make just to make a once over looking round, make sure that there's no other animals in here, no other things that are dangerous to us, and no other exits.
Okay, give me. I'm going to say that's a sandals roll. This is a very physical
'cause I'm
action.
moving around. So that's success on 1, 3, 4, 5. That's a 10.
Okay,
It's not going well for me yet.
you're,
Not
you're
yet.
having a rough time of it.
Getting there.
Just stumbling through. You can't seem to find anything. It's still, it's pretty dark in here, and you have covered in blood, and like there's just a lot happening for Tessa at this moment.
There's a furry part of this cave wall. It's got a smaller cave inside it. Let me
Pull ahead in.
It's warm in here, guys.
It's warm in here, real warm and wet.
Meanwhile, the bear's like,
Now I'm covered in bear vomit. I don't know what just happened.
We're professionals.
I stumble around. I think we should light a fire.
Do I have like a torch on me maybe for adventuring?
Torch for adventuring. I believe that as people who have fire magic, you probably always have the ability to light.
Right, we have.
Elamir is good at that.
The only reason we keep Elamir around.
I mean,
that's why Elamir was invited.
To be clear, Elamir considers both of you like childhood friends. Like I am very fond of both of you. No, Tessa.
No, I'm your actual rival.
You are my
Everybody
actual
else
rival. I
thinks-
consider you my actual rival. Deji, I consider my friend. I'm like, I don't know why she's like always siding with Tessa. Tessa's like, whatever.
Deji's just latched onto my rivalry with you and then tried to make it her own.
And for context, Tessa and Deji are also like actual blood sisters. So
we're
this whole
actual
thing is
sisters.
just-
I think maybe I'm the older sister, and I've had the relationship. I've had the rivalry with him for longer, and so you're like trying to stick up for your sister, but also having a rivalry with him.
So I'm probably just like the annoying little sister to Amir's like, it's my rival's little sister, cute. And she's like,
I can do it.
Then she grew like taller and bigger, even though she's younger.
Yeah. Even still, Elamir is just like, you're so cute.
Yeah.
Cute little nugget.
Stop it. I'm not cute.
Elamir, we could do with some light, so I can see.
You got it. Spin the staff around and kind of like strike it in the center of the cave.
This is a skulls roll because this is important.
Magic, because being able to make fire when we're
Before you set the rest
in an avalanche cave.
That is a 5. I know
Success!
you said the thing about the holographic dice, and I keep succeeding. I promise. I swear to God.
Yeah, so it flares as the head of the spear flares into light, and it lights up your surroundings. You are at this point able to see easily that there are no other creatures in here. It's a pretty dry, safe cave which is probably why the cheetah chose it in the first place. But the light sort of, it reaches a place in the back that is, it looks a little different. It doesn't, it like drops off in a funky way. That's not like a normal cave sort of situation.
With the fire lit and just sort of like seeing where any sort of air system is coming from, is it sort of blowing towards the center, not the center, the front of the cave where like we had the avalanche?
It's in the it's in the back. It's indicating that there's airflow in the back of the cave.
Got you. Okay, cool. So I don't need to try and like poke holes in the snow to try.
Listen, I'm gonna run whatever game you want. So if you want to poke holes in the avalanche,
no. We are good. We are good with air coming from
Don't worry about it. There's air at the back of the cave. It's magical.
Yeah.
Also, it seems to drop off weirdly at the back there. I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay, stay.
Watch your step.
Okay, I won't go. I won't
Petting
be
her
stupid
cat.
about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely like the she's like chilling like on my shoulders now.
Would you like someone to come with you, Tessa?
He took to you real quick.
Yeah.
His mother is still not cold.
Divine intervention, baby.
but now his mother doesn't have any skin left. So
I'm gonna go halfway through a first punch.
Unrecognizable.
Look, it's fine. I'm not casting judgment. I'm just saying that cheetah is. Ooh, he's mercurial.
We were
All
meant
right.
to be, maybe this was meant to be.
That's what Xanthar wanted.
Deji is like, I live in this cave now. I don't care about you. This was my journey. The end.
This was the end goal.
Yeah. Done. So you head to the back and there is sort of a natural chimney built into this cave that goes up.
Ooh.
I can't see where it goes, but it goes up there somewhere.
Well, that's good.
There's definitely a draft coming through it.
We'll at least have some airflow. That's
Yeah, I can't see any. I can't see any snow coming in, so it must sort of block off at the top.
Does it
Or
look
curl
like
over?
there's a way we could like climb up? Like how does it?
Does it?
Could we?
I mean,
that's an excellent question,
I
Deji,
think
and
so.
the answer is I think so.
Yeah, there's what looks like
Looks like
natural hand
natural
holds.
hand holds.
This is good. This is exactly how we all do this. For those of you
Here's an
watching at home,
experience
this
led
is
to this
perfect.
moment.
Yeah, it's there's definitely holds up there. I could climb up, see what if there's a way out.
maybe we hold off on that for now. We've been trekking for a little while.
Yeah. All right, I'll go prepare the food then.
Right.
Oh,
Maybe don't let your new pet.
yeah. I think I'll wait here until
prepare.
maybe we should. Maybe when you're done prepping, maybe I'll stay here and you just bring whatever you need. Because maybe we'll camp back here, not up there.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a good plan where the most of the airflow is so that the smoke.
Yeah.
I'm going to head towards the front of the cave because I dropped the cheetah as soon as we were inside the mouth of the cave, so I don't have to carry it.
Yeah.
So it's like right by the avalanche wall. And I say, maybe Elamir, you need to start melting some of this so we got some water as well. We're going to need it for cooking.
So
we have
I'm going to take my axe and I'm going to finish off the
So we're gonna montage a bit that the three of our three sisters actually spent overnight in the cave and they worked as a unit to prepare this cheetah's meat and its pelt and
we worked as a unit with Tessa preparing the food and Elamir preparing the drink and
Deji petting the cat. That is all
obviously,
very
that's
important stuff.
Part of the unit.
Yeah, that's the most important part of the unit. And
Deji,
in the morning,
if you wear the pelt, do you think that would help convince it that you're its mom?
yeah, wear it.
How dare you? First of all,
I'm already its mother.
Yeah.
And so then in the morning, you were able to climb up out of the cave through that natural hand hold with all of your things. And then you were able to get back to your village and you brought this new animal in. And because of this, having this animal inside our village, which is something that should not be here in this region, that you were able to welcome travelers that came through and you reconnected with someone who used to worship this animal and they had more of the animals with them. And so now there are several sort of lines of cheetahs that zip around your village.
Nice.
And so it's very strange to see the cheetahs and the reindeer and the foxes. I don't know what
coexisting.
Yeah.
Magic. Don't question. It's the will of Xanthar.
But Xanthar led you to save this this baby cheetah, and because of that, you made a connection with another Sodal. So that is the tale at the moment.
We get back to the end of that tale as you're wrapping it up, and we can see Deji in the corner with a full-grown cheetah.
Full-grown cheetah.
Yeah.
It's like leaning on it.
Just like curled up.
Yeah.
It's like 3 cheetahs, like the cheetah's babies.
Cheetahs are just like on. They just. She's the crazy cheetah lady.
Yes.
Crazy cheetah lady.
Oh, absolutely.
Lady.
110%.
I love that.
I love this for her.
Same. So we're gonna scoot. It's a new grandmother's turn to tell a tale.
Woo.
And it is Lexi. Lexi's gonna stepping into the GM seat for the very first time.
So full disclaimer to everyone watching. If you see Sarah stepping in to backseat GM, it was requested.
Yes.
It is not Sarah being rude. So if you are a player in someone else's game, maybe don't do it without talking to them first.
Yeah,
but
consent is important.
Yes. In this specific instance, I have begged and pleaded for Sarah to chime in if necessary.
She's going to do great. I'm excited.
I will be a problem player. It's what my character would do.
And I will cry. So
swear to God,
Rob. No. You're going to cause issues. I'm going to sob and it's going to be great.
Well, I mean, we're going to get tears somehow on this stream one way or another. So
my session will end with, and then a meteor hit the earth and everyone died.
Everyone died. End of the story.
That's the moral of the story. We're telling it around is like the smoldering crane. We're telling stories.
Still smoking
in the post-apocalypse.
Totally
exactly.
Fine. The only thing left are the 4 of us and some cheetahs. That's all.
Because they were fast enough to outrun the media.
That's right.
If there is just like for no reason a random artist out there watching this and like extremely inspired by everything we've done, please just draw me surrounded by cheetahs. I just want to throw that into the universe. See if it's gonna happen. Okay. Anyway, GM Lexi. Wow. Who would have thought? Not me. So the 3 of you are in the village at this moment. One of your younger villagers, someone who has shown great aspirations as a hunter, has just completed their very first hunt. And it was a wildly successful one. They will be adding a special new layer to their remote. But for this achievement, it's going to be a very particular color, a color that can only be achieved by making a dye from the petals of a flower that grows high up in the mountain nearby, a flower called the giant's blood, because when it grows on the mountain, it makes it look like the mountain is bleeding. It's a bright red flower.
I love that.
Thanks.
Ooh.
Came up with that myself.
Yeah, very much.
Baby's trying.
Good stuff.
So your mission is to go and retrieve these flowers in order for your fellow villager to be able to complete their remote and celebrate their latest achievement.
Wonderful.
Yay.
All right. So it's me and you, Nolia. Is it just us, or is anybody else coming?
We're gonna bring Alamir.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah. We have to bring Alamir.
Why? She's just hey, Alamir.
You just hear like panting coming from somewhere, and you both turn back, and Alamir's like got like a bunch of supplies. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Alamir. Yeah, we're going up the mountain.
The village keeps getting bigger.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Here we go.
No time for no rest for the wicked. Just straight away.
We're going now?
Yeah, right now. We have to go now.
No time like the present.
Take a breath. Okay, we're just going to keep going now.
Yeah, we have to go get the flowers.
Right.
Onwards. Just like marching to the sky. Thank you for waiting.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. So, how many flowers do you think we need? Just like one or more?
Oh no, we should grab as many as we need. It's a tough balance, isn't it? Because you shouldn't consume what you're not due. But
well, depending on the size of the remet, we're going to need about 15 flowers to make about an ounce worth of dye. So we're going to need taking.
It's okay. Hey.
We're gonna.
Grab you before you faint.
I was like, catching.
Gonna become a burden.
Hey, I don't think you needed to bring all of this. Like, we're gonna go pick flowers. I don't know.
She's fine.
Thank you.
Okay,
She can bring whatever she wants.
that's true.
We need the proper distilling equipment.
Well, but I thought we were gonna distill them down
Yeah,
here.
I thought we were gonna, because of the higher atmosphere. We're just gonna distill them. Oh.
I
Yeah,
we're
left
gonna.
a lot of this behind.
Yeah, probably, huh? I mean, it's
we're in
like,
it now.
Me and Nolie are traveling pretty light. I
Yeah.
could fit some flowers in my pockets. So
I brought a basket.
because this is a fantasy land, so all of the women have pockets.
That's right.
I've just decided.
It is the
Pockets
thing
and
that
cheetahs.
it is really the thing that distinguishes it from the real world the most.
In the real world.
This
Yeah.
can't be
The
right.
fox reindeer cheetah combo. It is the functional pockets on.
We all have functional pockets.
I imagine this is probably one of Ellie's first outings, and so is like over prepared with everything.
Yeah.
It's like none of this is sequential. So
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
No.
probably
Maybe
the first thing.
yeah.
So who is leading the way onto the mountain?
I will.
I will. Oh, Nolie will apparently.
Nolia's a go-getter.
In that case, Nolia, will you roll me a sandals check?
I will.
Because you're moving. That's
I
movement.
rolled a 4.
Ooh, that is not a no. That is a success. That
It is a success. Yay.
So,
did it.
Nolia, you are pretty familiar with these mountains. You probably come up. You've done this before. You are small and you are quick and you are so good with the foxes. And foxes actually live up on the mountain sometimes around here. It's a thing. So you've gone up here with them before. So you start leading your party. Luckily, you know, not necessarily maybe the fastest way, but it's definitely the safest way. And it's still pretty quick.
Mhm.
So you take them up that and you're kind of winding back and forth. Sorry, Elamir and your big pack. It's a winding path, so it's not too much of a, a climb to keep it safe. Still, you get to a point where you realize sometime in the last storm, part of this path has been just swept away. And so now you are left with a huge gap between where you're standing and the next part of this path, or a climbable but steep incline up to the upper part of the path that you are standing on.
Okay, so do we want to jump?
I mean, I'd rather find a way around. It's not. I mean, it's
fun.
dangerous.
But it's
but it's
fun.
you
I like
could break your legs. You could fall. You could hurt yourself. What if you miss? Besides,
what
Elamy's
if-
not going to jump
Okay,
that
but
with
what
all
if
this
we
on him.
don't miss though? Wouldn't that be cool? And like think about
It
we
would
could
be
go
like
back and be
it's
like,
like
we
a
jumped.
cross a ravine, right? Like it's
Yes,
So-
it would. If you did not make it, you wouldn't fall all the way down the mountain. Like it wouldn't necessarily be instant death, but you would
Right.
lose a lot of progress and you would not feel good.
Allie has already tied up like all of her supplies and is attached a rope to it and is currently like swinging it over her head and is like chucking it across this like big, very heavy bundle. And is chucking it across and trying to get it to like land on the other side in some form of
I'm gonna have you roll me a size check.
cool. That sounds reasonable.
I believe in you.
That's a 2.
Ooh,
Is it good?
you
enough
all
for that?
It is not
watch
good.
as Ellie just packs everything up with confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets it all ready. Nolia and Tessa, you are actually currently discussing what to do while Ellie's just in the background doing all of this, packing it up, and then starting to swing. And then you
It's
two
all of the
finally
distilling equipment.
stop your conversation just in
It's all the
time
equipment we brought.
to watch Ellie swing it around, release it, and watch it just pummel straight
Just as-
down.
Chucks it with
Just
like
as
a
I say,
huge
I'm
smile and
just like, Nolia, it's too far. Nobody could possibly, you couldn't jump
Done.
that. Nobody could even
Done.
throw something across there. And then I turn around, whoosh.
Yep. And you hear it
See?
and you watch it boom, 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 boom.
Okay,
Boom,
good.
and
Yeah.
out
No,
of
this
sight
is
down the
good.
mountain.
This is you. Okay. I see what you're saying. So
Yeah.
maybe we don't jump. Okay.
Hey, Elamy, you decided to pack light, like we said. Good job. We can find a way around. Don't worry.
We can just climb up. We can just like climb up and over.
Let's climb
and
it.
like shimmy across.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
If everyone's going to try and climb up, can I have everyone make a sandals check?
Come on now. Hurry up. Not allowing any moment.
I got a 3.
You got a 3, so you
What are you-
succeed, Nolia. You know what? You've done this before, even without the path being out. You just think it's fun, so you
It's
chip right on up to the next part of the path.
I got a 4, my first success of the night.
Sweet. So you have a 4. Tessa, luckily, Nolia knows this place so well. You can literally just put your hands and feet exactly where she did. So just follow her straight up.
You're a little. I'm very small, so you're a little.
So you have to scrunch in a little bit.
like, in order to do
But it's better than reaching too far. So you're like,
Yeah.
I got a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, critical success. Okay. So
So-
describe how Xanathaw illuminates this path for you.
So
or
I
assists you.
think in this, like in the frustration of like packing too heavy and then like accidentally chucking all of this equipment that she is like lugging up the mountain so far, that along with like you know that when you're carrying something heavy, when you put it down, you just feel lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that with the infusion of Xanathaw's like leaping grace as a reindeer,
Yeah.
Ellie's just like bounding up the mountain. Like,
Ellie actually bounds past Tessa and past Nolia and arrives at the pathway first.
just like, I did it!
Queen of the mountain.
You did it. I'm gonna give you like I'm gonna pat you and like that was good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Don't try that again.
Okay. I'm very winded.
Yeah. I can tell. Having a rough
There's a
time.
lot of energy all at once.
Yeah.
Boy, that feels good.
Okay.
And just like
I
falls backwards.
imagined the pack like the thing from the start of Sweet Tooth or a Goofy movie on top
Yeah.
of the car.
Yeah,
Just, like,
like
trundle along.
giant. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All of that's just gone down the mountain.
All right.
Right.
Oh.
Well,
All right.
you
Come on.
continue on your path.
I kind of nudge you with my foot.
Onwards.
Okay, gotta go. Come on.
Okay. Up. Yep. Up time. Time for up.
All right.
Okay.
As you continue on your way, you come to a point in your path that narrows with 2 sheer cliff faces on either side, and you are meant to pass in between. And as you start going through it, it will have to be single file. What order are you going through?
I mean, I'm probably going first.
I would go first, and then Nolia would nip in front.
Right, just-
and be like, and now I guess we're committed to this now.
All right.
Ellie.
So
She's
we-
like
Take
with
it-
no
take
weapons
it up
out.
the
She's just
rear
like,
and just like
"Do-do-do-do."
using the staff to like as a crutch. Be like, okay, we got this.
like that was all my energy
Flowers.
jumping up
Sure.
that.
Picking flowers.
So-
That was all we were going to do. Okay.
So you all are actually, I'll take the drink. Thank you. Sorry. Our
It's time to
McDonald's
take a
arrived.
drink.
Thanks, guys.
Drink
It's not
break.
alcoholic, I promise. But what unless? No, it's not.
Fancy
unless.
blue drink.
So you all are making it down. At the end, you see something ahead of it. It's a bright day. It's the middle of the day. It's sunny. You can see pretty much far ahead. As soon as it comes into sight, towards the end of this narrow passageway, but blocking it so you couldn't go around it, stands a reindeer.
I joyfully beeline for it. Just
Awesome.
immediately.
It just looks at you.
Yeah.
Standing there, it's looking at you.
Hi. Guys. It's a reindeer. Hi.
Ellie's
wanna-
just kind of like
Immediately
standing
gonna
there
try
in
to
awe.
pet it.
Roll me a
Hey, Nolia,
skulls
Nolia.
check. Ooh, beautiful. Yes.
Perfect.
So
How
what are you
appropriate.
like? You're just trying to like pet it. Like what is your vision?
Yeah,
for
so-
doing with this reindeer.
I would like to I'm going to just reach up and sort of pet its its velvety nose, just kind of pet its face. And I think that this is very clearly a blessing from Xanthaw, and I think it's gonna sort of chuff at me and then turn and lead us in maybe a shortcut to where we're trying to go, to the giant split flowers.
Yeah. So the reindeer does its best to kind of like twist in this pathway until it's facing away from you or back up and then, turn around and go, but eventually leads you further down to where there's a fork in the path. And Nolia, you know with complete confidence that the flowers are on the left fork. Okay. You are positive of this, and you watch as the reindeer goes to the right.
I think we're supposed to go this way. Xantha says we have to go this way.
What? The flower's this way, though, right?
No, but
is it
reindeer?
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Okay. She just goes.
Yeah, of course.
So you all go to the right?
Yeah.
Come on, Elle, keep up.
Ellie's gonna be walking up alongside Tessa, and it's like, maybe last season there was like a change in the wind patterns, and the seeds might have blown to the other side of the. I'm talking too much again, aren't I?
No, you're okay.
So Ellie, you know that from that fork in the road, had you gone to the left, the flowers would have been only maybe a 2-minute walk further. You hit 2 minutes. You hit 3 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes of walking. The reindeer is still going.
Nolia is so joyful.
You're just fine.
I feel like this is further than and saying to Ellie, this is a longer walk than it would have been to the.
I know, but you guys listen. Isn't it so cool that we have a reindeer with us?
Yeah.
Like we can tell everybody back at the village that we were like blessed by Xantha with this. Like, oh man, yeah, this is gonna be great.
Yep, I'm keeping an eye on the weather and the time of day. I'm like,
and just like looking back and forth from like Nolia to Tessa, and be like, can I keep going? Okay, we're gonna keep going.
She's like just continuing to pet the reindeer and just like joy,
and the reindeer allows it. Any petting, any engagement. The reindeer doesn't necessarily like get super excited, but it's like, yeah, this is chill anyway. I'm gonna keep walking. This is going. So eventually, you continue to follow the reindeer. We get past 10 minutes, but not past 15. A little past 10 minutes, you finally get to a point where there is a very steep, not smooth, so climbable, but not easy cliff face. And you can see a flat plateau just at the top. And the reindeer, with grace that's even a little extreme, even for a reindeer, bounds up the side onto this platform, and you see it stop. Wow. It looks down at you and it waits.
Okay, gotta go. I'm trying to climb up the side.
Okay, go ahead and roll a sandals check.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Kind of like sit there, like
I rolled a 2.
Hang on to the.
Oh, good. Nolia, you are just so excited. You are so excited. You like leap up because you're so familiar with most of this mountain. You forget. Maybe you don't know every corner of it, and you slip and just kind of land right back down. You're not falling down the mountain, but you fall back down on that path you were on and take 1 harm.
Yeah, I took a harm.
Ooh, ow.
I got you.
You okay?
I don't got you.
Let's find out. Gonna roll for my harm.
Ooh.
Okay, I rolled a 2 for my harm. So I
take 2. I don't know how that works.
No. So when you take harm, you roll a check to see how bad the harm is. If you roll over the number of harm that you have taken, you are fine and you continue. If you roll equal to, you clear it, and if you roll below, then you perish. But I have 1 harm, and so I rolled a 2. So I am injured, but okay, I can continue.
Cool.
You got the reindeer
kind of just looks down at you, doesn't move.
Okay, but listen, I was clearly supposed to go up there, and like it was like part of the song I was singing with the reindeer, and like now the reindeer's up there, and so the harmony that he's going to be doing is not going to work because I'm not up there yet.
Yep, you should have given him a time for solo. I'm sorry. Then you join in on the next verse,
right?
By just taking your time to. Come on, up you get.
Okay.
Help you do. Come on.
Okay.
Here we go. All right.
I did land right on my tuchus. It didn't feel good.
I mean, that's on you. That's on you.
So did you get a boost up?
I'm gonna boost up. Nolia.
In that case, Rob, will you roll me I'm gonna say a sides check because it's not
It's about
movement,
my
but it feels
Big,
physical.
It's
big
strengthy.
muscles, physical,
Yeah.
strengthy. All right, that's a 4, 5, 6, 7,
no.
1, 3. Nope, failed.
Oh no! So you
Oh,
start to lift, and then remember the
come
other day when you were training with Deji, and like you
That's right.
pulled your shoulder, like that shoulder just tweaks again, and you both come down. You both take one arm.
I was
Physically
excited,
feeling
so I
that.
was.
Delia was bouncing a little
I
bit, you know, her foot hit that shoulder, and you both just come down. You both take one arm.
One arm.
All right. Let's
All
see if I
right,
clear
here we
it.
go.
See if I clear it. See if I clear it. Nope.
Okay, I rolled a 2, so I clear my harm.
Ooh,
That popped.
Oh,
popped.
there you go.
Your
God.
hand transfers to me.
All right.
Magnolia lands and goes, "Wow, I feel great." And you
I
look
feel
over
so
and,
good.
As I was lifting you up, something went pop in your back. And you're like, oh,
Ooh.
That's
Ah.
good. Yeah. All right. Ah, that felt great.
You cushioned the fall for her tuchus. It was perfect.
Sorry.
oh, ow, my shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. You
I'm
got to get
gonna-
yourself up there.
Okay,
You gotta be
I'll do
careful
it.
About it.
I'm gonna go again. Unless
Ellie,
Eleanor's
were
stopping
you going
me.
to try
Ellie,
something?
yeah, I think Ellie wants to see if it's like, all right, can I do this? So she's gonna try. She's like, I was like doing the whole like bound up the mountain thing earlier. Maybe I've still got
All
it.
right. It's
And
a
is gonna
sandals
try and
check.
give it a shot. That is a 4.
Yay! All right.
So yeah,
Yeah, Ellie's just still feeling it. Like, you know, it's not the absolute like graceful bound of a reindeer from earlier, but you're like, my body got some muscle memory. I remember what this feels like. So Ellie makes her way on up. And as you come up, the reindeer steps back to make room for you on what you realize is a fairly small platform, but room for both of you. And you come up the edge and you look over and you see half of it is filled with these red flowers, the bright red, the giant that you've been looking for, not as large as the fields that Nolia described, but
right.
beautiful and large and more than enough for what you need. But along with them are these flowers you've never seen before. They grow an unnatural purple that you've never seen in the plants around your village.
Fancy.
And the
Purple
reindeer gives you a nod and then bounds off higher up the mountain
Ooh.
and out of
Wait.
sight, where you
Wait,
can no longer see it.
we were singing.
It's okay. We'll sing the song on the way back down the mountain.
Okay.
Girls,
Fine.
there's flowers up here, and there's
Should hope
weird
so.
flowers up here.
Oh,
What kind of weird? Why weird?
Purple
eat
weird.
one and see.
Purple weird. Don't eat that.
Wait,
Eat
Ellie's gonna like
No,
side
wait.
glance at Tessa.
No,
I'm
don't.
joking.
Back
Don't
at
eat
the
it.
flower,
I'm
pick it.
joking.
No,
Don't eat it.
no.
Don't eat it. Don't eat it. I swear to God.
I thought I was going to, but I wasn't
The
going.
reindeer comes back and smacks you.
Right?
No.
All right.
Shame on
I'm
you.
coming. All right. I'm coming up.
Okay.
I'm gonna
me
try
too.
and get
Me
up
too.
mountain.
I'm gonna
Sandals, right?
toss a rope down to hopefully like make
Oh,
this
okay.
a little easier.
Okay.
Like, tie it off
is it
against the
is
rope.
it a sandals
So, are you
roll or
tossing
is
the
it
rope?
just an automatic?
Because that would mean that we could maybe roll with advantage.
Yeah, with the rope,
Yeah.
and then there's an advantage roll, and I love that for
Cool.
you.
Yeah.
Cool. Because
That's good because the first roll was definitely not.
You just need a 1, 3, 4, or 5, you guys.
Come on.
I did not mean for this to be the challenge of the day.
7. It's hard when you roll into D10. I failed again.
Oh, that's right.
Fell
Wait,
down
you
on my
rolled
other
advantage?
shoulder.
With advantage?
Yep. I got a 6 and a 7.
Ah!
Got a D10,
So-
man. I'm good at hitting things.
Hit
But
the
Tessa,
mountain.
you grab that rope and it just that shoulder is just not,
Ow!
you just plop back down. You take one more harm.
No.
Clunk, clunk. Right in the
This
back
is
of the
not
head.
happening
Ow.
for you, Tessa.
If that would have been a 1, I would have died from that. And I have 2 harm. Ow! God!
Okay, wait.
Okay, you guys
So-
are gonna pick the flowers. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
I
back
have
to
a
the other
basket.
field.
That's a good
We'll
idea.
pick it and then we'll come back down.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to the other field. And I'll stay here,
No,
and then I'll
don't.
go back to the other field
Don't
together.
go to the other field.
Put some ice on that. Just like
You don't have an
Oh, you
ice.
got ice, Elamir. You got
Hey,
ice.
rub
I
some.
had
You
ice.
bring it in. You had it in
Listen.
your pack, did you?
Just-
I'll go back to the ravine and climb down.
Just
No,
rub some
maybe that-
dirt in it. It's fine.
Ow!
That's
Ow! My
also
arm.
bad.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good. It's not bleeding. It just hurt my head.
Yet. Don't try to climb again.
Hey, I'm staying down here.
So I would say we'll fill the basket with both kinds of flowers, as many as we can
Mhm.
and fill.
Without, yeah.
Well, after that, you feel that, and do you just head back to your village at that point?
That seems
I think that's
correct.
probably a good plan at this point.
So you fill the basket with both types of flowers?
Yeah. I think we
got enough red for the dye?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Enough red, and then we picked a bunch of the purple just in case.
All right.
Who knows?
Back we go. Back to that ravine.
Combination of blue and red. I'm not sure what to call it. Red.
Bled.
Bled?
I bled for this color.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sure did.
Perfect.
I like that.
You make it back down the mountainside safely, even past the little ravine that you struggled with before. Ellie, maybe you pick up your pack on the way down. You find it kind of towards the base of the mountain. It's along the path where it had fallen. Damaged, but it's there. If you want to take that back with you. So all three of you make it back to the village. They are very excited, your remote maker, to see the giant's blood flower and starts to get to that. And then one of the village elders comes by and recognizes the purple flower and says that it used to grow around the mountain. And on a remote, they would use it as a dye to symbolize having I can pronounce things, a Xanthaw touch. So if you had an interaction that you felt came directly from Xanthaw, that moment became a purple signifier on your remote. Cool. But the flower stopped growing and no one was sure why. But it looks like perhaps Xanthaw is not done with your village after all.
Yeah, I knew it. That was the reindeer that we saw. It was Xanthaw.
And so you all get a purple addition to your remote.
He's an excellent singer. Everyone. Perfect harmony.
He's an excellent singer. So
that's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. Good job, Lexi.
Yay, I love that.
Yeah, tried your hardest to kill Rob. Didn't get there.
I wasn't even trying.
Failure.
Like, no combat. This will be fine.
Okay. So we have told two of our tales for the evening. So we are going to take a quick a 10-ish minute bio break. So those of you watching at home, refill your drinks and refill your snacks and use the restroom and maybe light a candle in honor of Xanthaw, and then we will reconvene at our fire. So we'll be right back. Pew pew pew, finger guns. Welcome back. We spent the break talking about punny names used in drag and burlesque, and it's a treat, and you should all conceive of your name as well, and then tag me on Twitter and tell me how you came up with it. Whatever.
Mine's heresy.
Yes.
Ooh.
So good. Very good.
I need one now. Dang it.
We'll find one for you. We'll find one.
Okay.
You just gotta find your vibe first.
I like it.
But at the moment, we are going to let another first-time GM step into their shoes. So Patrick, take it away.
Yes. Oh, cool. All right. Okay. All right.
I didn't get to be much of a problem player for Lexi, but I've warmed up now.
Oh, good.
All right.
I mean, you failed a lot.
Yeah.
I did challenge.
So I'm gonna take a page from Sarah's book, and I'm gonna say, give me a time of year.
Who would you like to give you the time of year?
Rob, give me a time of year.
7 p.m. on I don't know how
Time of
specific you
day.
wanted it. So yeah, I was gonna go
Time of
off
year,
the day.
winter, fall, summer
Oh, in that
are
case,
examples.
I will go with late summer, early autumn.
Ooh, very
The
good.
cusp.
Cusp
Very
of autumn,
good.
fall.
Along those veins, Sarah, give me a time of day.
Dawn.
Excellent. And Lexi, give me
Time of your life.
weather conditions. Hope you had that time of your life.
It's going to be one of those days that's not super cold. It's kind of cool out, and it's kind of raining on and off. You'll get a sprinkle for 5 minutes. It'll sort of stop, and it's kind of unpredictable throughout the day.
Got you.
Can't tell at all that Lexi lives in the Pacific Northwest.
Right?
No, not
Can't
at
tell
all.
at all.
How very evergreen of you.
All right. So one day at dawn in the late summer, as the heat is just burning off of that early morning sunrise, you feel the coolness of the air as everyone is waking up and getting ready for their day in the village. It's sprinkling here and there, so the ground is muddy, but not too much. It's not creating a whole mess around the village, but it's just enough that you can feel your foot sort of sink into the loam as you step out of your houses. Things are fairly normal for the first about hour or so as the sun is climbing into the sky. And then you hear a commotion at the entrance to the village. And as you go and see what everything is about, you see that there is a stranger, someone who's not of the Sodal, is desperately running forwards and towards you. I'm
running out to meet him.
Brilliant. All right. You can see that this person is in distress. Can you make me, let's say, Sarah, can you make me a scrolls roll?
As
this
she's
person
looking at
is still a
Tessa
little ways off.
Got a 3.
Brilliant. You can see that this person is of the Sodal of the Dire Fox. They have been traveling for quite some time, and they are very clearly upset about something. And as you rush to meet them, they halfway collapse into your arms.
Oh, I probably fall down. I'm not very big.
Oh dear.
Deji comes to sees you fall and sprints out to kind of help
Just
lift them up.
I'm sitting cross-legged now with this traveler in my lap.
Deji's kind of putting their arm over her shoulder and lifting them.
Hi, what
Oh,
What
hi.
is happening?
Hello.
Hi.
Oh goodness. There's been a theft in our Sodal.
Okay.
They have taken our totem.
Oh.
And they close their eyes and sort of pass out.
Oh.
Deji will kind of
I'll
pick them
arrive.
up.
I'll arrive. I've got like a large leaf, and on it is a bunch of baked goods, like the scones and things. I've seen them come in, and I've grabbed that, and I've just run out with it. And I'll hand one to each of you two, and then I'll be like, oh, they passed out, and I'll try
like waving one under their nose.
Yeah.
Come on, you should eat. You should eat. Hey, come on, you need to get your strength. Eat some of this. You need to eat. As soon as I manage to get some of it in your mouth, I'll stick some of it in mine as well.
Hey,
brilliant. So they're coming to, but they're still exhausted. Do you take them back into the village at all, or
yeah?
Brilliant.
I think so. I think like we should probably set them up in one of our spare beds, I would imagine.
Which we have.
What did they say?
They said their totem had been stolen from their Sodal.
But why did they come this way? Do they think it was one of us?
I'm gonna poke at him. Who did
it? This person comes to and relays to you that their Sodal had been under attack by bandits who don't seem to have any association with one tribe or another, but had been waylaying them for a number of weeks now. And they hadn't been having too much difficulty until one morning they woke up and their totem, which is the first tooth of the dire fox spirit ever fallen from its mouth and given to them as sort of their blessing. You folks have, the Tyrannus Sodal has something similar in the first antlers that ever fell from Xanathaw.
Yeah.
And they woke up to find that it had gone missing. Now they had tried to track down the bandits themselves, but had found that they had wandered sort of into the Tyrannus territory. And so they have sent this individual as a messenger to ask for assistance in taking care of the bandits and perhaps retrieving their totem.
Okay, well, we gotta go. Let's go do it.
Yeah, of course. We need to make tracks.
Should we go ask Elamir or?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, I think I think Elamir can be trusted to look after this stranger.
Yeah, I was going to say
Elamir is indeed like walks in the room with herbs in a bowl, and it's like, oh no, it's not my specialty.
You need to look after. And can you tell Latoya to set up a new bed, because we've used Tiffany's bed here.
Absolutely, so I can certainly do that.
We're gonna go and find out what this problem is, though.
Okay, gotta go find a tooth.
Yeah.
And I'll grab my stop it, knop it.
Perfect. So you leave Elamir with this person who has directed you to the northwest.
And I grab my little compact adventuring kit. It just has like ropes and an emergency torch and just a small kit of things I may need.
Cheetah.
It's just small and compact. It's not like
it's a compact,
carry in the kitchen sink. Okay.
A real compact little, but it's probably going to have what I need in it. But it's real compact.
Probably smart. Probably smart to carry things compact.
Thank you. I try. I learn from the best. Thanks, sis.
Who is going to be leading the way on this expedition?
I mean, I feel like who's
meant to be leading the way.
Like I am in front, so.
Yeah. If it's a tracking situation, I'm going to definitely be looking out for that as Nolia is running off ahead.
Yeah.
Cool. So
there's a herding kind of with Nolia. Kind of
brilliant. Sarah and Rob, can you both make me sandals checks? Because he did give you a general direction, but not lovely.
We both got one.
Fantastic.
Deji picks the best friend.
So yes, because of your bond with this other Sodal, Xanthaw is absolutely assisting you. What does that look like?
Xanthaw's pissed.
Rob, go first.
All right. So the bandits were the ones that ran into our territory after stealing the tooth, or yeah.
As far as they can guess, the bandits after the tooth was stolen and they sort of started amassing, the bandits very quickly retreated into your territory.
Right. As the as I'm looking for tracks, I see that there are. It's kind of convoluted because there's definite tracks of reindeer, humanoid, and fox that have been through here over the last couple of days. But then the Xanthor helping me out looks like the reindeer tracks kind of almost light up. Almost they're very, 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 very thin glow. And then they just fade, and all of the reindeer tracks disappear, which makes the remaining tracks a lot less convoluted. And I can tell that there's been direfox and humanoids, but they're easier to tell where they're going and what direction.
Lovely, absolutely. Yeah, and it looks like the humanoid tracks came first, and then afterwards, like to help you pick out which ones of these tracks were the bandits. It looks like both direfox and reindeer tracks followed afterwards. Sarah, how about you? Because you also rolled.
Yeah, so Nolia, Nolia sort of is down, right? Like because she's small, she like gets closer to it, which as a tracker probably not terribly helpful most of the time, but she gets down there and she's like concentrating really hard, and out of the corner of her eye she sees sort of like a light and looks up, and there's a figure of a reindeer, small, made out of fire, and it's like prancing around until it gets her attention, and then it follows the tracks in a very specific direction.
Very good.
So she's
very good.
Well, after it floated, all of the reindeer, tracks floated away, and then she got down because she was like, "That's cool. We'll look at that closer." You sees it, and in true Nolia fashion, just goes, "Oh, reindeer," and then just like takes off after.
And she will just go after her.
Yeah, I think I've definitely got the tracks now. Oh God, where'd they go? Oh yeah, no,
this way.
And I will say, with this intervention, you all do notice that for this time of year in the climate that you were in, it's not necessarily the rainy season, and it's very serendipitous that the previous night and into this morning, it softened up the ground for the tracks to be extra readable. That was very, very, very interesting. There might be something going on there.
She does I don't know what we do in our culture, but like, I don't know, kisses the remote and is like, "You're a real one."
Yeah, exactly. Just points to
I think that's
or like she kisses the remote and then points into the woods, like into the
exactly.
All right.
A little, like you see like a glint of white and brown, and maybe that was a reindeer. You're not sure.
Could have been.
You guys continue onwards, tracking diligently this bandit what do you call a group of bandits? A cornucopia? A cornucopia of bandits.
That feels right. It is now.
A gang of bandits?
Pillage.
I think it's
pillage of bandits.
Cornucopia.
Yeah.
Cornucopia.
It's our language. We say what we want.
That's right.
Perfect. As you continue on, you see that the bandits' tracks start to split up a little bit. It looks like they've kind of moved off into two different camps, but then they might start reconvening later on down the road. You're not entirely sure. There's one to the east, there's one heading to the west. Which are you guys looking to follow?
Is either one?
Both of them seem to be lit up in that same manner.
I'm gonna do like a look see and see if I can just like, do I feel like we have more cover to like sneak up on these guys one way? Do I feel like there might be traps?
One of them seems to be leading deeper into the woods. Both of them are sort of away from the Sodal. Neither of them are really going to get like close to the village at all. You are still kind of like moving away, but you're still within the territory. So it's still like a little concerning that both of them are relatively close. One of them seems to be moving deeper into the woods, and one of them is sort of moving up along the mountainside. You know what? Why don't you give me, Lexi, let's say a scrolls roll here.
Oh no, that's very bad for me.
I believe in you.
Come on, Santa. That's a 2. Oh, it's a 2.
That's a 2.
That was a roller coaster.
You do notice
Emotions
that the larger camp seems to have gone deeper into the woods, and there seems to only be a couple that went closer to the mountain. It seems like there was maybe a smaller group that broke off. They were moving at a slower pace, perhaps because they were carrying something heavy.
Ooh. So Deji's going to say, it appears to me that a larger group went into the woods, but a smaller group with quite the burden went up into the mountains. Perhaps.
Mountains, really? Why is it always got to be the mountains? I don't like the mountains.
I know you had a rough one last time, Tessa. Yeah. Don't worry. I got you.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. Doing better. Your shoulder's doing so much better.
It's so much better.
You did great in sparring
like
yesterday. Just yesterday. It was wonderful.
All right. Let's go to the mountains.
Come on, sis.
Excellent. So you guys are going and following the group heading into the mountains.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
The smaller group. That seems wiser. Let's take care of the little ones first.
Take care of the small ones.
Just in case.
It's Crocodile Dundee this.
Excellent. All right. So you guys are continuing on. And yes, indeed, much to Tessa's dismay, you do see that they start going up a little bit into the mountains across a path that you're fairly familiar with, that you know will like kind of like come down on the other side.
Get some stretches.
Stretches.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it.
Exactly. So you guys are going up and further into the mountains, and you come to this point where there is sort of an overlook into this little clearing where the path does continue downwards, but it's going to take a while to get down there. You do, however, see a group of about 3-4 bandits who are gathered there, who have set up camp.
Do they have the totem with them?
Unclear. They do have what seems to be a larger package with them.
What if we just jump on them?
That's what I was thinking. Is it from our vantage point? It's possible to get the literal drop on them.
You could probably get the literal drop on them. It would definitely be let's say a sides roll. That's going to be a sides roll for anybody.
Ooh, that's real bad for me, but I'm going to do it.
That's a 50-50 shot for me.
She's like halfway through saying like, hey, I think that we should sit here for a minute and look at our options, gauge what weapons they had. As she's saying that, I'm sure is right. As
I rolled a 2 to jump in.
Yeah,
oh,
that's bad.
That's bad.
I thought that was good.
No, it's real bad.
That's really bad. Yeah.
All
Another roller coaster of emotion.
Absolutely going to be a point of harm, and we'll go into explaining what happens in just a second here. Rob, how about you?
I also got a 2, so that is also a failure and also a point of harm.
Hey,
my experience with the mountains continues as I jump off.
All right. So that's going to be a point of harm for both of you. And in true Leroy Jenkins fashion, you give out this large cry as you jump down in an attempt to startle them and face plant right into the mud.
Yeah.
Mine is because I go for Nolia to stop it. I'm like, no, not yet. And then
you like tumble off the edge.
And then I overbalance and tumble off the edge.
So Deji had been like talking about, okay, and here's how we're going to look at the weapons. And she turns just in time to see Nolia. And then as she turns off the cliff, she's like, no. And then just sees Tessa. And she's like, no.
It's not a supremely large fall, so it is just going to be 1 point of harm for each of you.
I did it.
Deji, where are you at the moment? Are you still at the top of the cliff? What's the plan?
Up there, but she sees, and I mean, her sister's down there, so she's just gonna go. She says a word that in their language is the equivalent of a 4-letter word in ours.
Yep.
And she just like pulls her sword, and I want to say she like is it steep enough to get down that she could do like that cool like dramatic like slide, like she like slides down the mountain like on her heels with her sword like raised, very dramatic.
Yeah,
battle cry on the way down.
I'll make that a sandals check with the way that you've described it. That it's kind of movement based.
Come on, if ever I wanted a 1, this would be the one. Right? It's not a 1, but it is a 4.
Yay!
Beautiful. So yes, You know what? I'll say that you find a particularly flat rock and you kick it up kind of like a snowboard and you slide it down the mountain like sword drawn. So the bandits turn around and they see these two individuals who have just face planted into the mud in front of them. Eyebrows raised, not really too concerned. And then they see surfing down the cliff face, sword drawn, Deji coming in, ready for battle, and the fear of God is struck in their hearts.
Yeah,
and they are all taken unawares. To our two mud wrestlers, what are we doing at this point? Are we okay? First of all,
I rolled a thing.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Cool.
I listened to
alive. That's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop my head up and go, "Hey, give us back the tooth."
The tooth.
The tooth.
The tooth. You want our teeth? What's wrong with these people?
Well, I'll take your teeth if you don't give us the tooth we're wanting.
Yeah.
The one that
I'm fine. We're not going to give you our bloody teeth.
Well, what's in the package?
That's none of your business, frankly.
I'm making it my business.
Oh,
I'm going to get my shield out and chop it.
and Deji's gonna call up. We're looking for a thief, and if you don't show us what it is, we're going to assume it's you.
They
yeah,
all
what
kinda,
she
like,
said.
look at each other, acknowledge that their career is banditry, and they are also going to draw their weapons. And I'm going to make this a little bit of a skirmish
Okay.
because we haven't done that before.
With my sword.
As we're going to say there are 3 bandits. There's going to be 1 for each of you.
Word.
And they are going to come at you, not really tactically intelligent. So I'm going to need scythe rolls from everyone.
Oh no.
Oh, finally, success. I got a 4.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. Excellent. We got a success. We got a 1. Sarah, that's a 2.
Oh, no.
Okay. So that is
Nolia's the
gonna be-
thinker. She's not.
Is she? Is she?
It's
so
worked out thus far, I'm
Yeah.
going to say.
You'd zeroed out before, correct? So this is going to be your second point of harm.
This is my second point of harm.
Okay, cool. So you're going to take that. You are still getting yourself up, like dusting yourself off from the mud, and this bandit comes up
And runs me through.
and oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Straight up
no.
Yeah.
What?
Nolia.
I died. Nolia died.
Nolia dies.
Is that how this works?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
She got
I'm
a
really
second point
sad
of harm and then
now.
rolled a 1.
Yeah.
crap.
How's that
Crap,
first
I don't like
battle?
that.
How's that first battle you've ever run as a GM?
Yeah.
going
How
for
do
you,
you feel
Patrick?
first character death?
First time GM.
First
Don't
time
like
GM,
it.
first time battle.
It's okay.
First time player kill. Put that on your remote.
That's right.
All right, so yeah, that happens.
So
I feel
unforgiving.
too sad to explain that.
Hey, there was a 25% chance.
That's true. All right, so yes,
Ow.
so the both of you
You're
see
just dead.
this bandit run forwards and run Nolia through.
So this for sure
With
could
the
not have
sword.
happened after I got my cheetah. Oh
That
wait,
is
Sarah's
entirely
GM.
up to
wasn't
you.
there.
We sort of like figured out.
Nolia
Yeah,
wasn't in that one.
Yeah, wow, that's true. It's okay.
we will
Cool.
figure that out once we get back to
Yeah.
camp.
You're right.
Tessa, seeing this has like enraged you so much that without even thinking, you bring your axe up and you just cut through this individual charging at you.
The one that's coming to me, I just use stop it and I just wham right into the face, knock him back staggered, and then I open up with the same motion with chop it, and I go across to the one that just ran past me to Nolia, and I just whack right into the side of the neck with the axe.
Yeah,
Stop it and chop it.
That's right.
absolutely. Deji,
Yes.
you have just seen your friend killed in front of you.
Yeah.
You have the fury of the gods on your side.
Yep.
What does that look like?
You're my savage sister right now.
That's right.
Yes. To clarify, Rob, did you take out 1 or 2 of them?
I staggered one that was charging at me, and then I took out the one that is
Perfect.
attacked that killed Nolia.
So with the GM's permission, I feel like the godly blessing, I will take out the final 2.
Mhm.
Deji
Absolutely.
has her sword out and she sees Nolia go down and she screams. And this is not a common reaction for them. Deji is generally a very stoic, very emotion on the inside kind of person. So this is a very rare moment, and they just feel like they can't even quite put it into words. It is a fury, but it's in their blood. It is in their bones. And they don't feel like they're not even in control of their body anymore. They are just moving. And with the swiftness of a reindeer and the power of a reindeer, Deji just comes down once on the one in front of her and then leaps forward and comes back up on the second one, killing them both with one swoop to each one.
And it's almost from anybody outside perspective, if either of you, weren't emotionally compromised at the moment, you would see this spectral form of a reindeer as you are striking each of them come and just like with the horns, with the antlers. Thank you. The antlers piercing them both and lifting them up into the sky and dropping them behind you. And the bandits are taken care of, and the large package in the center of camp that is all sort of like wrapped up with hide is still there.
Deji immediately goes to Nolia's, because Deji doesn't just saw Nolia go down. Deji goes to her to check if it's kind of like shaking her like Nolia, and it's trying to patch up the wound. And
I'm gonna say with story permission that with the last bits of her strength, that Nolia reaches up and touches Deji's face and
is it bloody? Does it leave a bloody mark?
And smiles and says, "I'm so proud of you," and then she dies. Deji's gonna take a moment.
Yeah. So with Deji holding Nolia close, the bandits defeated. Tessa, would you like to go and
I don't think I realized what happened, or the extent of what happened. So my instinct is to run to Nolia. I see Deji get there before me. I think Deji's taking care of it, so I go and check the bandits, make sure that they're properly down. Once I realize they are, there's a part of me kind of knows what's going on, and perhaps uses it as an excuse to not uses checking the package as an excuse to not make it real. Don't look at it yet.
Logical brain.
It's not whatever's happening over there. I don't have to acknowledge that it's real if I'm not looking at it. I'm going to busy myself with this thing. So I go over to the package and I unwrap that.
And you do indeed find this large, maybe torso-sized dire fox tooth.
Whoa.
That is old and aged and yet looks well taken care of. And you have indeed succeeded in your mission. It does not look like the other bandits are going to be coming at you anytime soon. And you two know the way back well enough that you can safely traverse back to your village, carrying both the now recovered totem of your sister Sodal and the body of Nolia along with you.
What as we go back to around the campfire, what do we see? Do we see her being woven in? Is this the story that's being told as you're weaving?
We do indeed see Nolia's remette being woven into the larger tapestry. And we also see around the fire, as the story comes to its conclusion, perhaps being told by Elamir, who did consider Nolia a childhood friend, and tears coming down her face as she finishes up the story and tells that final conclusion of the totem being returned. We see Nolia, ghostly hand, put a hand on both Elamir's shoulder, and then moving over to both Deji and Tessa and resting a hand on either of theirs, and smiles warmly as the tiniest member of the group.
I would say also,
Please take it.
when she smiles, you sort of feel those hands on your shoulders, and then camera pans over, and there's just like the tiniest little fox at the edge of the fire's light, and they sort of creep in and like curl up and sit down and to listen to the next tale.
Absolutely.
Can I also just like I'm just hurting myself now. Can I imagine that like
I will not stand in your way.
when Deji was like really little, because she is the younger sister, like whenever she would have like nightmares, she would like crawl into Tessa's bed like for comfort. And then Deji grew taller and bigger pretty quickly and like stopped doing it after that. And that's when she kind of like grew more into her severe personality. And I imagine that night will have been the first time since she was a small girl that she crawled into Tessa's bed for comfort again.
Oh.
Yeah. About right. And I think Ellie
Each other's
definitely comes
comfort that
over.
night.
Yeah.
Ellie definitely comes over and sits with the two of you and arms wrapped around each other.
And we allow it this time. No eye rolls or snarky comments now.
Yes.
Well, that's the end of my story. I had something else entirely planned. That was, whoa.
I ruined it.
The problem player. Was it Sarah?
It was me.
No,
you
that was
died.
beautiful in the end.
Leroy Jenkins.
Maybe we don't need to come back to these characters. Maybe we can start over. It's fine.
It's gonna have to.
Put her
God.
down.
Well,
All right.
thank
Well, yeah, Rob, you want to?
thank you, Elamir, for your story. It's a hard time, but it's an important time to know. With the arrival of the Sister Sodal tomorrow, it's important that we know how we've interacted in the past and how we literally have, and we have died for them, and they would do the same for us.
They better.
Deji's pissed.
I want to tell a story of a time years before when Nolia was still around. It's a story of Elamir and Deji and Nolia. A few years ago, there was a particularly dry spell over late autumn, and it led to the nearby river. The tears from heaven, as we call it, the nearby river had dried up, and with the tears from heaven drying up, it meant that a lot of our hunt had moved on. They had migrated to find other sources of water, and so Deji, Elamir, and Nolia had to go further afield for hunting for the Sodal. The Tyrannus was at risk of losing much in the way of food and drink if they weren't to expand their hunting grounds. So they headed further east, and upon doing so, they got somewhat lost from the Sodal. It was a long, many-day journey with very little to drink or eat on the way. Tensions were running high amongst you. Skulls is to do with like your force of personality, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
There's no risk of harm from this particular one, but I will have each of you roll a skulls to see how you are feeling for this journey. How tense are you towards the other members of the group? A 1. All right. Nolia is bright as a button and feeling
Always.
fine.
Always.
6.
An 8 and a 6. All right. So those are both successes. So you are not at each other's throats. You are. You can decide for yourselves respectively how you're feeling towards the other groups. Sarah, can you explain what is it that Xanthor is doing for you to keep your spirits high on this very stressful journey?
I think that it has to do with the velvet of the antlers is what is sort of like she keeps feeling the lining of her ramette it like keeps making itself known, and it's like a very soothing kind of thing. So and she's sort of trying to then channel that and be that for the other for her sisters. She's trying to like, so it's a lot of very tactile, just like small comforting hand little bits.
You'll feel when one of them kind of backs or is shot with one another, and you'll just kind of be there to just not say anything, but just remind, just a hand on the thing to be it's okay, we can we understand, and it's keeping you all relatively at peace with one another as you are out hunting, trying to find where a source of water is in the midst of this drought. I will have what would it be for like a hunting roll, like something that would help with this? I can't remember.
Probably scythes.
It depends on, because you're out hunting with weaponry and things.
Yeah,
it's more like it's kind of like what would be a nature or survival check in D&D.
That's probably sandals then, because it's a very like physical.
It's not that you're hunting with weapons; it's that you're hunting for water. It's that you're hunting for for where animals might be, rather than hunting a particular animal or tracking them. So I'll have each of you make a sandals check, please.
I got a 3.
That is a success.
That was
4
6.
success and a 6. All right, that is 1 failure. Let's see. Does harm come with this particular one? You are trying to find areas of. No, I don't believe there's harm from this particular failure. Because the other 2, it's more of a group check, I guess. You managed to find areas of. Let's say actually, you find a. Evidence of a ravine coming up, and you know that ravines usually will have water at the bottom of them unless it's the absolute driest of seasons. It has been dry for a couple of weeks, and so it's unlikely to have dried up an entire river rather than just the streams nearby our place. So you head towards this ravine. As you are approaching it from the top, you're going to have to climb down this ravine or get down there somehow. You do look down and see that there is water down there. You can either head around, in which case it will take longer, but it will be a sandals check. You can head down there with some kind of, if you've got some smarts about you, you can use some kind of scrolls. Would it be for smarts? Like your intelligence-based thing? If you can think of some and tell me some kind of intelligent way of getting down there. Or you can use your brute strength to just climb down there, which I imagine would be a scythes. I'll allow you guys to make the decision.
What if we use? Do you guys know? What if we use like a sled?
Oh, do we have the materials to make a sled? We could.
That would sliding down the side of a mountain like on a sled, like that would never work. Who would even try that?
I'm gonna do it.
I mean, that kind of sounds fun. I'm not gonna lie.
I would never.
Oh, come on. You got to give some new experiences.
While you guys are bickering, Nolia is putting together a sled. Like she's like making it happen.
We could just climb down Elamir. Almost said Eowyn.
No, that's my sister. No difference at all.
Come on, we're strong enough.
And Nolia's like singing a little song about sledding when there's no snow, but it's still going to be so much fun. And then we're going to get
if Tessa were here, she would tell you that we should just be practical about it.
Come on, friends. It's ready.
Oh, no.
It's ready. Can you describe what this sled is that you've made? How have you come about it through dry forest goods? Is it bark from a tree? Or?
So we have, because we were out like searching for things, I would imagine that we have like regular kits, right? So I have some rope and stuff. And so what I have done is I have just like found the proper amount of fallen wood already and just sort of like fashioned it into a crude sled with a flat bottom, tied it all together.
It's very crude is the one word that would describe this perfectly.
Can I just really quick? So prior to recording today, I was chatting with Sarah and we agreed that if at any point my baby started crying, it was a sign that we were making the incorrect choice. And I want you to know that Damien just started crying.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Perhaps he's crying fine because you are not supporting me in this sledding down the mountain.
That was the incorrect choice.
I mean, yeah. So it's,
okay.
I'm just saying.
We'll see what the dice say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nolia has a sled and is committed to going over the side.
Yeah.
The rest of you going with?
Yeah, and then she's just gonna go. Fine, only for you, Nolia.
We're
Only
not
for
going to
you.
pressure you into it. Like
I know, but it's going to be so much
She has a soft
No,
spot for Nolia, though.
All right.
Don't we? Listen, everyone.
This feels like a very much a movement-based thing. This is agility-based as to how you can steer it on your way down. So this is going to be a sandals check.
All of us.
No, just because Nolia is the one creating the thing.
4.
It's a 4. All right. So she is the one steering it. She's the one who's put this thing together. So she actually manages to.
You are like
it's
barely on, and I'm like, all right, and I just like kick
the two of you. The two of you are Hobbs, and Nolia is Calvin, and you are in, and the sled is the red tray that is, and like you're just up out of the air. There's a snapshot as the two of you are being flung off of it, and then flying back down on top of it.
Like joyous expression on my face, and I don't know what you look like, but in my head, everybody's excited and definitely not scared.
Desi has like that like the empty, like just very intensive. You can see like their jaws like clenching, their eyes like twitching a little, which is their version of like freaking out. It's like.
You come sliding down this thing and slam into the bottom. Poof, all three of you go scattering. The sled is splintered. You all tumble. Not enough to take actual harm from it, but you slam down.
That was great.
So much fun.
It's going to be a little bit of a journey from here to the actual edge of the river. It's not filled up the bottom of the ravine, obviously with the drought, but it's pretty receded. But you definitely know that you are down the bottom of the ravine now, and probably going to have to climb back up there at some point.
Tessa wasn't here. That would have messed up her shoulders already.
Oh, so much.
It's hard to slide up, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
I'll give it a try. What do I need
right
to roll to sled up?
Sled up the side of the ravine.
What do I need to roll for there to be? What do I need to roll for there to be a ski lift that takes us back up to the top?
I think you just have to hope for a blessing from Xantha at that point.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
Well, we will. I can't think of the term. We'll say no to the forces that pull us down. What would you call that?
Yeah.
I can't think of the words.
Downpull.
Yeah.
Just say no. All right. So, as you make your way, as you stand up and brush off, you begin to make your way towards the water. It is getting quite late, and you are losing the light fast. You can push on into the night, but risk the dangers of the night, or you can set up a camp and rest. What do you wish?
But if we get it, and then we could go back with the water, and then we'd be like heroic, and people would love it.
I feel like they'll love it no matter when we return.
I know, but like people are really thirsty.
It's true. I feel like maybe we should hustle.
They are having to survive on reclaimed water for the most part.
And they don't all get along the way that we do. I'm sure they're going at each other's throats.
Yeah. Let's just go. Let's just do it.
Straight on. Push on through.
The evening.
Yeah.
All right. So you push on as you lose the light. You know that you should be arriving at the water's edge relatively soon. As you're going, though, you start to see, as you've lost the light, you start to see that among the rather dry trees is a light up ahead. And as you get closer, you can hear voices, humanoid voices, it seems, towards this light. What do you want to do? Skirt around or sneak up or announce loudly?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question.
Wait, I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm going to sled over to
Just sled.
We can introduce sleds to them.
So you know how people always want to give me stuff?
Not always.
I got you on a sled earlier.
Point.
Yeah. What if I just like go over?
Okay.
And ask them, shh, listen, what if I just go over and ask them if they could like help us bring water back to the village? Extra hands.
Right. And we would need more for them too.
Right. Well,
we should just skip them. We should just go around and skip them entirely.
But what if they are in need of something?
I feel like
then that's very unfortunate.
But
they have a fire.
Hear me out.
And like
Well,
we
like-
have to make sure that the fire is not going to do something bad. It's very dry right now.
You're right. But I think that maybe we should do something to let them know that we're not animals. So, if they hear a rustling, they don't
I'm gonna go talk to him. Okay.
Nolia.
Okay, what? Nolia,
Just scurry.
Yeah.
Just scurry.
And Nolia takes off.
can I use some magic to make like a little light appear on Nolia's shoulder? So it's like, all right,
Oh.
animals don't usually have.
You can try.
The light
I
up
believe
animals.
This is a scrolls check.
I am a bioluminescent Nolia now.
Would that be a scrolls or would it be skulls?
Is it scrolls for magic?
Or signs.
What's
It depends
what
on
is-
your intention with it, I believe.
What is your intention of this magic?
Is
I
it
want to try and make it as clear as possible that Nolia is a person and not
high vis jacket.
High vis.
It's the purpose of wearing a high vis jacket when you're hunting.
So I would say-
don't
sure.
Yeah, I would say that because it's like for like you're trying to protect
Protection.
Nolia, that it's
Yeah.
probably a side roll then.
Okay.
Mm.
I
sides.
guess.
Okay.
Because that's for like combat-y hitting and all right.
4. That is just a success. All right. So as you are, and it is quite a challenge for you to do so because you know that your magic, as most magics of this world, is fire based. And fire related, and so
We're
you're
just
trying to
do,
use
like,
the
this light
the
glow.
illumination of the fire without the heat of the fire,
Right.
the fuel of the fire. Trying to use the flickering light that comes from fire that says, "I'm here, look at me, I'm not a threat, I'm not an animal," while also not using the heat. So you managed to do so. You cultivate this heatless flame over the
Stop
shoulders
moving,
of Nolia. This heatless fire will just flicker on
hopping around.
Nolia's shoulders for a little while. And very quickly, as you approach them, Nolia, you hear the voices stop and, I can't. You see that?
I do see it. It's me. Hi.
Whoa, talks. Hello.
Hi.
What's going on then? And you,
And she's like
you
right
walk out
behind
into a
you with
clearing.
like her hands clearly unarmed.
Yeah.
Hi.
You walk up. There are 2 humans sitting around a campfire in the center of a relatively small clearing, and beside them, sitting down on its legs tucked underneath itself, is a very large quadrupedal animal with large horns, but antlers that have a much more this appearance to it. Many of you will recognize this as a moose.
Hey.
Does Nolia
As
know
the two of them,
a moose?
I don't know. You can check if you want. No harm from this failure if you
I would
fail,
also
but-
like to check.
I have a 2.
Oh, I have a 3.
All right, that is one
I know a
success.
moose.
You
We
do.
know
You've
moose.
seen mooses. You've seen mooses. Mooses.
It's because I
and you
hang out with
recognize-
Nolia, and Nolia teaches me things.
Relatively large, and actually with your successes, did you get a success as well there, Patrick?
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. You all know that mooses are quite solitary animals. They are large, and they, unlike a lot of other deer, they do not hang out in large herds. This small twosome may well be a very small Sodal that you've heard of. That basically is a Sodal of the moose, and will hang out in very small pairs. This man and this woman sitting around the fire welcomes you in. Oh,
Hi.
Come on in. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Nolia, and we have run out of water in my Sodal, and so I came out here to get some water. But then you had a fire, and like it's very dry, and I was concerned about the fire. And then you have a big moose with you, and that's really neat.
We do.
Do you want to come back to our village? Maybe you could help us carry some of the water, and then you don't have to stay like with us really close.
I think we're. I appreciate the offer there. Nolia, was it?
Yeah.
But I think we're good. We're good out here. There is water just down there though. You're welcome to stay the night with us, or you can. And he pulls up a branch from the fire, and he hands it out to you like a burning torch. This log on fire, and he hands it out as an offer. You can take this and make your way down to the water's edge. You'll be able to see your way fine.
Oh, we don't use fire in a drought like this. It's dangerous for the forest.
Okay, but it's a gift, and I was supposed to take a gift.
Oh, conundrum.
Bit of a conundrum.
Rob set up a deliberate conundrum between the two different things that you never
breaking
had
eye
before.
contact, and then like flicks it so it goes out.
You
While
accept
still
the
like
gift.
looking at
Thank
You're
them.
like, I have accepted the gift.
And then
and
I
I
put
will-
the fire out. Yeah.
Thank you
And then
very
I'll
much
put it
for the
out.
stick. It is much appreciated.
I will have you roll. This is a movement check, I'm going to say. This is a sandals check. Because as you are trying to put out this fire, there is a risk of harm here.
Alrighty.
Ooh,
That is a
that's
3.
good call.
A 3. A 3 is success. As you flick
I'm going
the...
to epic fail at something here soon. I feel like it's building up.
Oh,
flick
yeah, I
the,
feel it.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad when it happens.
the fire, some embers break off some of the pieces of wood that are on fire, drop to the ground, and you quickly stamp on them, stamp them out.
Ellie's like,
Wow.
no.
You also notice that
no.
waving around this fire has spooked this moose a little bit. It seemed to as it kind of stood to its feet, or began to stand to its feet, and the man just stands over and just like puts his hand on it, and it calms it down immediately. That's all right.
Ellie is standing
don't
there
want
like
the-
this.
I will be a moose.
I've got the stick in one hand and my hand up the other. Like,
Okay?
If you didn't want the fire, you only had to say so.
No, it's
we always accept a
confusing.
gift.
We have to.
You can
it's-
put
it's
your
a-
hands down, love. It's fine.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about that.
Really?
I'm not. I haven't been around. I know what a moose is. I just haven't.
Look, it's fine. If you don't want what we got for you, we've only got enough water for ourselves. I'm sorry, but there is a river. Just you can kind of follow your ears if you don't want to see the way.
Well, I'm
I-
glowing.
We have.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Well,
When you,
I think that we should probably be on our way, but if there is anything you need, our Sodal is open for hospitality.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Always get an extra bed.
We'll keep it in mind. They say in a somewhat dismissive fashion.
I as we are exiting, I would like to leave a little token.
What would you like to leave?
I think that she whittles little foxes.
Just has them on hand.
That's definitely fitting for Nolia.
Yeah.
Nolia the kit.
Yeah, so I think
Little foxes, and so you've got a couple of them in your
got
pocket.
them, and I just I give one to each of them, and I'm going to leave one for the moose because that feels important as well.
Of course.
I'm going to say thank you for sharing your fire, even if it was only briefly. And then I just there's a couple, she pulls out a handful and goes through and finds the proper one
Find some that are nice. Yeah,
for
they
each
gotta
of
have the right
each of them.
pose.
Yeah, and then she puts one down just in front of the moose and there. Good.
The this feels like you're acting from the heart. Is that so? Skulls was something to do with trying to change things through personality. Is that right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I'm going to have you make a skulls check, which I believe you can succeed on a 1. And a 1 it is. Holy moly! All right.
Wow.
How does Xanthor help you win over these relatively
Your likes their moose.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that as she is putting them down, she and just interacting with each of the three of them, that sort of the shape of a reindeer appears in their fire, just the antlers that come up, and it provides an extra bit of warmth that kind of permeates the circle, and so it's very soothing for everyone. So she gives them all, and
very good. Yes, it also is rather soothing for the moose. It seems to maybe the moose doesn't see the same sort of flames, but it sees it feels the warmth, because as you are approaching this moose and giving it this rather strange creature that is coming up to it, and it was already feeling a little spooked from the flickering flame before it starts to. There's a chance that this moose is about to spook and take off into the forest, but the warmth, Xanthor helps to calm this moose as you present it with this fox. Awesome. The other two pick up the fox and say, "Oh, you're from the Fox Sodal."
oh no, I'm not.
About you.
Isn't that funny? I'm from
That is funny.
I'm from the Reindeer Sodal, but I personally am very foxy. So
Yeah. Yes, you are. Well, we'll keep this in mind.
okay.
Maybe we'll see you again someday.
Yeah. Come
What was your
visit.
name again?
I'm Nolia.
Nolia. The lady holds her hand out to you, and
There's like a clasping, I think, probably.
yeah, she takes your hand and says, "I'm sure we'll see you again someday, Nolia."
Yeah.
And then the rest of you head to the water's edge. You fill up your water skins, the large like camel packs that you brought that are like waterproof bags, and you begin your long journey back to your village to present them with water.
And Deji's carrying 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they and
Nolia.
and then they
And
made their way
Nolia
back.
just
And they were and they made their way back to the Sodal, and that's wait, that's still their voice. She was just slightly American, and they made their way back to the Sodal, and that's how we met the moose tribe. It was unfortunate, but Nolia she spoke highly of the 2 they met that day. It's unfortunate that she never managed to see them again. But it goes to show you that Deji the Deliberate has some interesting ways to tackle to get your way out of any problem without breaking your own rules. Isn't that right, Deji?
Oh, absolutely. We follow every rule.
She's a rules lawyer.
And in the I think it's time for bed now, and the everybody around the fire sort of just in the next day with the arrival of the other Sodal comes not only the fox tribe, but two of a new generation, the two moose tribe and their young baby girl, whom they've brought along to meet the reindeer tribe, the Tyrannus, and to meet up with Nolia, and we get a sad but heartwarming view, a shot of them as you were of them being introduced to the concept of the rumette and the tapestries, and down the bottom the Nolia's rumette that was weaved the previous night. Then we back out from our Sodal up into the surrounding forest.
Zoom out.
And that has been Savage Sisters, friends.
Yay!
I'm
man.
sorry.
What's
What's a good story without a character death?
We hold you personally responsible.
For Sarah's choice to jump off of a cliff.
That's what I wanted from my first GM experience.
You know what? We got it out of the way
Traumatic.
for you, so now it won't be as scary if you
exactly
have another character death. Let's do our moments of gratitude.
Now he's got a taste for it.
Yeah, now he's like it.
Yes.
We're gonna have a character death in everything.
Everybody dies.
My moment of gratitude, if I may, is actually going to go to Patrick for not for killing Nolia, however, for the way that you as a GM described my one that I rolled right after Nolia's death for the double kill. The way you described that with like the ghostly like reindeer. Yeah, that was. I have like a mental picture of that, and again, I want it in art. It's so beautiful. So that was
another call for
amazing.
art. Everyone, get on it.
I know, just throwing it out there. You never know.
Yeah. I have a joking one for Robin that I'll do a serious one. Thank you for restraining yourself from being the problem player, even though I know you were so very excited to be.
Wanted to be it.
No, but in all like genuineness, it's kind of to like everybody, but like all of the interactions with I've completely lost my train of thought. I was just
you were in the moment. You were sucked in.
We come back
So
to me
good.
because
we could come back to you. Come back to you.
One of my favorite moments was just how often coincidentally the question of who's in charge came up, and who's taking the lead came up, and then and Nolia just been like, Well, I am.
I mean,
Obviously.
I'm
Are
going.
you the most qualified? Are you the most qualified to do this? No.
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 I am
You're
the quickest.
arguably
the
the least
quickest.
qualified to do this.
Yes, yes, the least qualified. But
Is it going to end up in your death? Yes.
yes, yes, it is. But she just had this joie de vivre, right? Like she just wanted to.
I love
get
that
out
it
there.
just kind of like in the same story. It both ended up. Sorry, in back-to-back stories, there was. It ended up with you meeting Xanthor himself and like heading off to the flowers, and then also getting stabbed to death.
Yeah,
So,
you know,
gotta take the good with the bad.
She lived hard, you know, like she's just out there doing it.
Yep.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
For sure.
No regrets.
Not even a single letter.
I mean, my moment of gratitude was that I got to pass the torch to everybody, and I feel really honored that we had two brand new GMs, you know, get past that threshold here on the table, and then also the first non D&D for you, Rob.
Yeah. First time not GMing a D&D
Love
game.
it.
Wow.
Love
A lot
it.
of firsts.
Yeah, it was very cool to be a part of all that.
It's such a good structure for it too, to like get your feet wet in GMing. Like it's a really, really good environment, good like setup to kind of give it a try.
Just have because it's not a super long kind of thing. It's just this is what we're doing, and
if you weren't like live streaming it, it would be a very low pressure situation to do it in too.
I mean, I still think it's pretty low pressure. Like everybody
depends where your pride's at.
That's fair.
I've got to say, I was really looking forward. I was really looking forward to giving you guys some harm from like falling down a ravine or a forest fire that was going to start, and you kept just succeeding at everything. I was like, well, I guess there's no forest fire that's going to start then, and I guess then not going to fall down a ravine.
I mean, I definitely did go into that
game.
last one like I can't die again. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like
But you still went up to the strangers in the forest.
I did.
Which ended up being nice. I will say I don't remember what I was going to say before. I did think of a new one, which was Lexi. Thank you so much. The beautiful like flower like moment with the flowers of like you're leading us away from where it's like we know where we need to go, and then it ended up just being like so poignant, and with like the introduction of the purple flowers, I thought was absolutely lovely.
Yeah, and we need some sort of very crafty artisan to please make us all remettes. Now everybody needs a remet.
That we will wear every day or else.
Right.
It's one of the musts.
Just say
always wear the remet.
Must always do it.
Sarah doesn't have to because her character's dead.
Right. I don't have to. I should have it, but I do not have to wear it every day. The rest
Sarah
of you
can leave hers on the wall.
That's it. Can just be hung up. Yeah. Next, I should put it in the background. I should start putting. Yeah, for sure.
Start your own every time one of your characters dies in a different game.
Another one.
Add
Here
to
we
the
go.
remet.
The wall of shame.
Yes. Or like just like
wall of remembrance.
The walls of my life, you know, like this is here we go. Let's talk about where we can be found on the interwebs. I'm going to start with Lexi this time. Where can we find you?
Hello. I am Lexi the First, or LexiTheFirst.cause. It's some variation of that on pretty much every social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of those things. On my Twitch channel, which is also Lexi the First, I will have some D&D content that we are currently building up. Now that baby is here, we are getting into a rhythm of working and caring for living child at the same time. So definitely subscribe over on Twitch for more updates about that.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew. Finger guns.
Finger guns.
Patrick.
Hello, everybody. My name is Patrick Keeffe. I am an actor and voice actor here on the interwebs. You can find me everywhere at That Gray Gentleman. You can also find me over at the Writers Room 7th Sea, which is a fantasy pirate podcast in the world of Chaosium Inc.'s 7th Sea TTRPG. It is a great and wonderful time. And I've got some interesting projects coming up soon. Be at Gary Con performing with Sarah live on stage for Actoroki. We'll be doing the live performance of the Writers Room at Chaosium Con literally 2 weekends after that. And that's me.
Word. Rob.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Robert Hartley, GM. You can find me everywhere at Robert Hartley GM. I'm a full-time dungeon master and TTRPG player. I am
You are
I'm
a
a
TTRPG.
TTRPG player.
I am the game.
I am the game. The game is afoot. I am the dungeon master for Viva la Dirt League, and I am also a streamer on Twitch and make YouTube content and all sorts of stuff. So you can find me at all those places. And I think I'm going to be involved with. Actually, I don't know when this is. When is this coming out? Is this
this is happening.
What time it is? What day is it today, everybody?
Today is March 25th. It is
March 25th. So this weekend, you can find me. So maybe even right now on another channel.
Oh yeah.
You can find me on GaryCon Live, doing stuff. I'll be playing and DMing as part of GaryCon Live.
doing stuff.
Doing stuff.
We did all the stuff.
Yeah.
Hi,
Stuff.
I'm Sarah Moore. You can find me on Facebook at Actor Sarah Moore. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Ko-Fi and TikTok at Pixies and Pins. You can find me over at Actoroki with World of Chaldea on Wednesday nights.
With me.
Yes, with Lexi. I am the DM for Series 2. It's at 6 p.m. Pacific, and it is on Gen Con TV, just like this one is. And then come back here every Friday night at 5 p.m. Pacific for more Sarah's Table. Next week is our first puppet show. So there's gonna be puppets. So come back for that and bring lots of popcorn and watch me try very hard to wrangle puppets. So yeah, thank you all so much for being at my table. It was a delight, even though I sacrificed my life for everyone. Thank you all so much.
Don't try and make it noble. I didn't do it on purpose.
You don't know. Thank you all for watching at home. It has been so much fun, and I can't wait to do more. So as always, keep making art and keep being art. We will see you next time. Mwah!
Bye.
And then we dance.